Welcome to your daily dose of astrological insight and inspiration for Friday, the 4th of October 2024. I'm intuitive evolutionary astrologer and psychic tarot reader, Crystal, the crystalline priestess. Now let's get into the energy of the day. So my friend, how you feeling? The thing with new moons is that they're not quite as intense as a full moon. They're a little bit more quiet. They're more internal, and especially when it's a south node eclipse. So this, like I've spoken to already, is very much continuing on this internal moment. So yesterday, not long after we had that new moon, we would have had the moon actually connect with Mercury and then move into that square with Mars. Because for my southern hemisphere friends and family, we would have had that actually happening all throughout yesterday. And so it feels like today we're sort of still kind of hashing things out with ourselves. It feels as though there's still this strength, I think, that we're sort of battling with, this inner battle, I think, this. It feels to me like we're needing to sort of come out victorious over this victim. It feels like there's this victim sort of mentality that sort of built, I think, throughout the afternoon yesterday, where we sort of, I think, have to face these versions of ourselves that don't want to take good care of ourselves. If that's kind of the bush I'm trying to beat to, is the fact that we can sometimes be a victim in our own lives by just physically not actually being the caretaker that we need. A lot of us didn't receive the caretaking we needed as children, and so it's about us giving ourselves that connection as adults. And so that square that the moon would have made yesterday over to Mars, and now with the moon today moving into a square with Pluto, we're really feeling this tussled out energy. That's a little bit of a T-square action that we have going on. So we are grappling with this major transformation moment, you know, where I'm seeing it as literally the caterpillar in the cocoon, like almost like starting to break out. Like it's literally, its wings are formed, it's starting to get ready like a cicada. Like back when I was living off-grid in the bush, there was one summer where there was more cicadas than you could ever have imagined, and I literally, for the first time in my life, I got to watch so many of them actually hatch out of their shells and like grow their wings, and it was like the craziest, coolest thing I've ever seen. I have heaps of photos and stuff of it. It was really cool. But that's what I'm seeing, you know? I'm seeing that process of being in that ugly shell. Like cicadas look so gross and freaky looking when they're in that shell. And then they break out and they're still kind of freaky looking, but they're also really beautiful. They have the most iridescent, massive, beautiful wings. And so this is that process where we're having to just I'm hearing it again. So we're having that continuation of yesterday. We're having to face the music and then learn to dance with the music. You know, I feel like we are in that moment where we have to learn to dance through the storm, you know, dancing in the rain. Now I'm hearing I'm singing in the rain. We have the Hierophant coming out with the Two of Wands in reverse again. So we're still grappling with making commitments, I think. I think that what this really feels like to me, and that's what this square between the moon and Mars yesterday, and then now it's building between this square with Pluto towards the end of the day for us southern hemispheres, and it'll be in your morning on Friday for my northern hemispheres. It's really going to feel like we're really grappling with just two minds. I think we're in two minds at the moment, you know. We're trying to balance out how do we make things feel like we're actually able to maintain this, I'm hearing dual life, and the way I'm seeing that is like having a healthy, you know, having a healthy work life, but also having a healthy family life, and being able to go on adventures and go on holidays, as well as being able to make money and being able to provide for yourself and your family. It feels as though we're all sort of struggling with this moment of being able to get through the sludge, because that's kind of what Mars in Cancer sort of feels like. And even though we are in this really lovely grand trine, it is still a connection with Saturn, and so we are feeling the slowness of everything at the moment. We are feeling the momentum building, and we're feeling changes happening, but it's happening really slowly. At the same time, the moon, and it would have happened for us really early in the morning for the southern hemisphere people, so really early in the morning today, we would have had that really nice connection between the moon and Jupiter. but at the same time, it would have been opposing Chiron. So we're having this healing sort of come through, and they're probably, we're probably waking up today with this just need, and that's, this Scorpio Saturn trine that is building, getting even stronger. It's this deep desire and this deep need to now be looking forward towards a healthier way of treating ourselves, and a healthier way of achieving our goals, and a healthy way of emotionally relating, and a healthy way of just being and living and being in life. Saturn is the ultimate structure. It is literally the structure of our lives. And so when Pisces is there, we're looking at having to find a structure that feels like it also embodies a sense of freedom and spirit and compassion to our souls and creativity and nurturing. I think today feels like a day of, we have the sun coming out, which I love. I love that. And the Hierophant wants to pop out again with the star in reverse. So I think this feels like a day of having to find a commitment in your faith. Commit to your faith. Commit to your faith as being not the only guiding light, but a very strong and a very powerful guiding light. The sun, the joy. The sun is about connecting with what makes us feel alive. And so I feel like this is one of those moments today where it's like, I'm going to start committing to what makes me feel alive. I'm ready to commit to what makes me feel like me, I feel as though this whole connection that we've had, all this Libra, this big Libra stellium, the moon, by the end of tonight, it's going to hit Scorpio. It's still going to be squaring with Pluto, and we're really going to be feeling like this now or never moment. That's what it feels like, this now or never. It feels like this is the time, I'm hearing the High School Musical song where it's like, this is the time to get it right, this is the time to make it or not. We gotta show what we're all about, all together. This is the chance to make our mark. History will know who we are. This is the time. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna stop singing because that was probably really, really cruel for you guys. But that's what it feels like. These are the moments, it feels like now or never. It feels like, it's like we've got moments left, we've got minutes left, that's the thing, we do not have long left. Jupiter is going to go retrograde very soon, and so we're going to be starting to feel that square with Saturn building again. We're going to start to feel the optimism and start to see the shift in reality, and start to see where things are really heavy, and things are probably going to feel heavier. So this is about connecting and committing to what is going to be happiness for us. What is that going to look and feel like? That square with the moon that the moon is going to be making over to Pluto and Capricorn, and these are our last squares ever. We are coming to the end. This is really our final moment, especially with the sun being in Libra and with the moon being in Libra in a square over to Pluto, and that dispositing over to Venus, who's in Scorpio, Pluto's sort of home. This is really deep digging through those really dirty sort of I just said like dirty sock drawer, go. It's time to clean out your dirty sock drawer. Get rid of all the shit. Get rid of all the one socks that you've got hanging around. It's time to clear the path. Clear the way for the new chapters to begin, because Pluto is going to be back in Aquarius soon, and we're going to be looking towards that future. We're going to be building that future, but that future can't be built if you're not prepared to start burning and clearing away some of the past shit. And so remember that we have the Sun and Mercury building into that square with Mars. So we are definitely going to be feeling some emotional tension, especially in our relationships and our close partnerships. So that's why we're needing to focus on the positive at the moment and focusing on the good stuff. The Star in reverse with the Queen of Cups, then we have the Two of Cups. So we could be feeling really stressed out when it comes to our relationships, and our deepest connections are the most sort of thing that's getting in our way. And so I think with that Star, we're needing to remember that we have faith, and there's literally a snail there. So it's about moving with slow intention, and moving with integrity, and moving with faith, and the justification that I'm literally hearing, for some reason I'm hearing, if you build it, they will come. So if you build a type of life, if you build yourself into being the person that you truly want to be, you're going to start to attract the type of lifestyle and the type of life that you want to live. But you have to become it first. So this Queen of Cups is really about knowing that it's a slow process to reach emotional stability when we're dealing with some really hard things to process. So give yourself that grace in understanding that it is a like I keep saying, it's a process. Processes take time. We can't expect to have everything healed overnight, and that's the connection with Venus and Saturn. And with Mars, it's really about understanding that, you know, Saturn's retrograde as well. It's about understanding that things don't always happen on our timing. Sometimes things happen with the star there being on divine timing. So we're on divine timing at the moment. We're not really in control. It's kind of one of those moments, Jesus, take the wheel, and look, we have the monk nun archetype coming out. So we really are needing to embrace our spirituality and embrace the strength that our spiritual connection can give us in life. You know, we forget how strong it is to actually feel like we're guided by source, guided by, I'm literally hearing it again, guided by angels, decided by choice. This been coming up numerous times over the past week, because we really are guided by angels in these moments, with all these outer planets being at these beautiful critical last degrees, and this beautiful grand water trine connection that we have this week. And this eclipse, South Node, Libra, it does feel like we have a lot of angelic guidance. We have a lot of spiritual guidance around us. We just need to allow ourselves to tap into it and not get emotionally overwhelmed, but really let ourselves process some of these feelings and understand the why behind them. So we have the light attributes being selfless devotion and a single-minded dedication to spirit. The shadow attributes is a negative judgment of the physical world and excess piety. So it is time to stop judging the world, stop looking at all the harshness of the world, and to start looking at the beauty of the reality through taking a note of spirit, you know, paying attention to spirit, getting connected with your own connection to God, and healing that connection that you have with yourself through the connection that you have with spirit. Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So it's about no longer holding ourselves away from spirit and holding ourselves in an uncomfortable position where we can't really do anything. You know, we feel our hands are tied. We don't have any hands. We've got nothing to give. We feel stuck. We're ready to break out of this stagnant energy, and today's really going to feel like those moments have come, but it's going to come through surrender. It's not going to come through push and fighting and making all these things happen. You know, we have this grand water trine with Saturn in a Pisces. It's about surrender. It's about letting go. It's about spirituality. It's about faith. It's about hope. It's about restoration. We're feeling hopeless at the moment. Hopelessness is something that's coming up for a lot of people, and we can't forget ever that we have Neptune at such a high degree of Pisces. This is such a powerful time in humanity, all these planets. We're at such a potent time, so we're really condensed in the level of evolution that we're currently in. So give yourself grace and take care of yourself in these moments, because you really deserve the attention that you're feeling that you need to give yourself. Give it to yourself, because you need to receive it. You need to receive it from yourself. Okay, that's what Mars in Cancer is about, learning to nurture ourselves emotionally, to react in a healthy way emotionally, because Mars being in Cancer, in the past we have lost touch with our emotions, in the sense that we've let them overcome us, and they have made us, you know, do things behavior wise that are not in the highest good to ourselves or humanity. So we need to deal with these parts of these shadow elements, you know. Lilith, remember, Sun with Lilith. We have to deal with the shadow. Now the Sun's starting to move away from Lilith, and we're very aware of what our shadow is right now, and what doesn't look right in our lives. So it's time to face what doesn't look right and to start to create, build. It's time to start breaking, you know. You got to do the work to break out of that cicada shell and to become the beautiful cicada and to grow those wings. It takes time, and it's a process. So my loves, I'm going to leave this reading there. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Do make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really helps to help my channel and to help spread these videos to other astro lovers like you and myself. I really appreciate you guys for being here till the end. If you feel like sharing any comments, any feedback, any advice, any suggestions for future videos, anything like that, please do let me know. I'd like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments, for allowing me to receive and to deliver this message to you guys. If you would like to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that down below through the link to my link tree. Make sure you check out your channeled songs. Make sure you check out the Libra New Moon Eclipse full breakdown reading, as well as yesterday's horoscope if you want a little bit of an extra tidbit on that. I love you so much. I will see you in the next one, guys. Peace.